Now I want you to get this today. Clear your mind. I want you to think of your version of the most extraordinary sports car you could imagine. Okay? I'm going to think American. I'm going to think of the Chevy Corvette, maybe. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Something to that effect. I love Fords. I owned a Ford Mustang. Maria and I bought, more appropriately, I bought for my wife though, I did buy it for her. I bought a 2000, brand new, right off the lot, a 2000 Ford Mustang GT. This car was the bomb, and it was fast. And this car was just extraordinary. We loved this car. It had the 18-inch rims. It had everything. And in fact, this car, we paid too much money for it. And when we moved out here, we said, you know what, this is not a good Iowa car. And so we're going to sell it. But we thought it would sell a little bit better in California. So we actually left the car in California when we moved out. And I tried to sell it kind of, through long-distance communication. It wasn't working. And so about 6 months, we went back for Christmas. And I decided I was going to drive this car back to Iowa. And I was going to try to sell it in Iowa because it was just too hard to sell the car, from a long distance perspective. So we went home for Christmas, had a great time. I drove the car back. And boy, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much fun I had driving that car across the 400 miles of Nevada desert. I don't want to tell you how fast I was going, but it was pretty close to double the speed limit. It was an absolute blast. Because how many been across Nevada? A few of you? I mean, it's just straight. It's just straight. So I got, the music cranking. I got my cheesy 80s rock going just about as loud as you can get it, and I'm just bombing. I loved it. I had a blast. It took about 2 days. It was fun. So that was January, kind of at the very beginning of January when I got the car out. Maria was so excited to have her car. She's like, oh, I got my car back. So she was anxious to drive it, and she drove it down to the church that we were working at the time, and she drove the car down to the church getting ready for an early morning meeting, and as she's getting ready, she was going to come back and get the kids, and so she was kind of getting stuff ready, and as she's in the church working, the very first snow of the year began to fall, and Maria, being a complete California native, had never driven in snow, and driving a car that was pretty much a snowmobile with lots of power and big wide tires, probably the worst car you could possibly imagine to drive in the snow. She was leaving the building as the first little bit of snow was falling, and subsequently wrecked the car. First time she'd driven it in months, and drove it right into a guardrail. And to be honest with you, I was glad to be out of the payment. So if any of y'all are overextended and you've bought a car that you can't afford, just have Maria drive it in the snow for you, and she'll take care of that.